Hey everyone, welcome back to Pantheon. This is Nick from ITD Gaming, and I wanted to show you a few other things about this game, some more starter tips and some just extra stuff that kind of came up. So, this right here is the Stone of Binding. This is within the village, the starter village in Thronefast, and this is the Stone of Binding. You can bind yourself here. This is for if you die. And you resurrect yourself, this is where you're going to be resurrected to. So there are lots of these around. The crossroads in Thronefest, a little bit down a ways from the crossroads, where the bridge is, where the pigs are, to the right of that area. There's a guy down there. There's a campfire down there. And that's where another binding is. In Dimmoth Village, there's another binding there. Usually outside of some dungeons and stuff, there's a binding as well. So, look for these stones, but this one is right above. This is the city center down here. So this is where you would do there's the bank right here, and this is where you would find the foreman, and this is where you would, do all armor smithing and weapon smithing and things like that. The smelters down there. So that's where this is. It's right here. You can, of course, you climb the side of this cliff if you wanted to, but you can actually get down there, or you can get up here, I should say, from the south bridge. So, and remember, you have a compass up here. That's another thing to remember, and that helps with finding which direction you're going to go. But if you're leaving town, this is the south bridge, right? The bridge that's leading south out of town. If you're coming in, of course, you're going to be coming in through the north. And then if you go up to the left here, so let's say we came in and up to the left here, which is a nice little starter area to fight things. If you head up this path here, you're going to eventually get to the stone. It's at the very end of the path. So you just keep following it up. If you're a monk, right, a lot of the monk stuff is up here. So, if you're a monk, then you probably know about this location. And then up from that is the Stone of Binding. So keep an eye out for these. These are really good if you're wanting to find a place to resurrect yourself instead of the starter location, because I think by default, if you die, if you haven't bound yourself to that, you'll always go back to the starter location. So up there is the Stone of Binding. And then as you can see here is the city center for this particular town. So I wanted to show you that so you're aware of those things. Also, there are a couple of classes, if you do find yourself not able to get your body back, the cleric can resurrect bodies. So that, you might find a high level cleric that could possibly go out there and resurrect your body. They do resurrect them on the spot. But the summoner class, I believe it's the summoner class, it can summon bodies to resurrection stones or whatever. So the summoner class has the ability to bring your body back to where you are essentially. So that's also a good option, if you're looking for a way to get your body back. So just a couple of reminders: you don't have to always go out there and find your body. You can, ask around and see if there's a cleric or a summoner or something like that can possibly bring you back. Also wanted to show you this. If you look down in the lower left-hand corner here in the little chat window, you can do /help, which will bring up commands. There's a bunch of commands in the game to do different things, to invite people, to create guilds, to leave a guild, to invite people to guilds, to invite friends, camp, all sorts of stuff. So you can look through those available options. One of the best ones, though, is the stuck command. I made a macro over here, but it's /stuck. What that will do is that will teleport you back to your Stone of Binding. Now, as of right now in EA, I believe that's what it does, because there are sometimes you do get stuck in the environment. I believe, from my understanding, and I don't know what they're going to decide with this, but from my understanding, in the future, /stuck is just going to move you away, like a little bit away from where you're stuck at, right? Instead of back to the binding stone. So I don't know if they're going to introduce like maybe stones later on that you could utilize. Maybe they're consumables, or maybe there's a return stone or something like that that has a cooldown to it, or maybe they're not going to have that at all. I don't know. So, but right now during EA, you can use the /stuck command to get out of. Now, if you're in combat, you cannot use this command. But if you're out of combat, let's say you're in a dungeon, or let's say you're just out in the wilderness and you're like, you know what, I want to go back to my stone of binding, but I don't want to, you know, walk all the way there or run all the way there. You can use the /stuck command to, it's the / in the word stuck, to teleport yourself back to your stone of binding. The other thing is, one of the quests that you'll get is looking for moon lilies. And if you're an alchemist, you may be looking for flame lilies. So flame lilies and moon lilies, just so you're aware, moon lilies come out at night. Flame lilies are out during the day. I don't know if I can find a flame lily over here. I can go over here and try, but they're usually picked up pretty quickly. But, you know, they'll say the name flame lily, for example, because it's daytime, so we will see them. So if you're looking for flame lilies, just remember that at nighttime, you're not going to find flame lilies, and you're going to find moon lilies. And at, you know, if you're looking for moon lilies during the daytime, you're not going to find moon lilies, right? You have to wait till nighttime to find moon lilies. Of course, there's not going to be a run around here that I'm going to be able to look at, but you'll be able to see them. They look like the flame lilies look like an orange flower, and the moon lilies look like a blue flower. So, you know, similar to kind of like that, but it's got a red flower on top of it instead of, this is a jute plant. But same concept. So just so you're aware, if you're looking for those things, or if you're like, man, I have a hard time finding flame lilies or moon lilies, you know, flame lilies come out during the day, moon lilies come out at night. So that's when you can find either or, right? You can sometimes find them in boxes, supply boxes. There are supply boxes around in the game that in various places that you might be able to find them out of. But if you're looking for the plant themselves, that's when they come out. And then one of the last things I wanted to show real quick is just the bank. So carpenters can make bank boxes. You can see here, I have to move my stuff over, but I have a bunch of bank boxes because my friend is a carpenter and they can make these bank boxes. You can also throw in bags. So if you have extra bags, right? So my character has all of my bags down here below. But if I have extra bags, let's say you get an extra bag from a drop, or, you know, whatever, you find an extra bag, don't get rid of it, throw it in your bank. One thing to remember, though, is your bag has to be empty in order for it to be thrown in here. Once it's in here, then you can open up the bag, like you can see on the right side here, and then in the bank itself, and then you can start throwing items in there. And that allows you to, you know, utilize the more storage in your bank. Because if you're wondering, like, man, I got too many components and not enough storage, that is where you can, expand the storage that you have, is by bank boxes. You can ask carpenters, or if you have a friend, or if you do carpentering yourself, you can create these bank boxes, or you can ask around and see if anybody's selling bank boxes to throw into your bank, as well as you can use sacks or pouches or whatever that you find. You can also buy those things from vendors as well. If you have enough money, you can buy bags and various things from vendors. Like the general vendor over here in the town has leather satchels, which is a 10 slot bag, and it's 21 silver. Or you can get a pouch, which is a 6 slot for 1 silver, almost 2 silver, or the small sack. So you can buy these and put them in your bank to expand the storage that you have in there, which is really good, because you will run out of, especially if you're doing professions and stuff, you will run out of storage and run out of space for those items. So that's a good thing to remember, is you can use pouches and storage boxes inside the bank. You just got to remember to move them into your bank, they have to be empty, right? Because if there's something in there and you try to move it over, it will tell you that there's stuff in your bag and you can't, right? So you have to empty it out, move it over here, then you can start filling it up with the things that you want. So I just wanted to show you those few things, just to give you some more pointers and some more things that you can work out in the game, especially the binding stones and the storage boxes, because storage boxes in your bank, for a long time, I didn't know that was a thing. And and I was so out of room in my bank, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I hope they expand this at some point, but I didn't know you could put bags in there, and I didn't know there were storage boxes that carpenters could make, but then, slowly figured those things out. So just so you are aware, so that way you have more storage in your bank, because you'll, especially if you're doing professions or if you find stuff out in the wild, you might want to store it instead of selling it or dismantling it. And, that's a good way to expand that storage and be able to do that. But let me know down in the comments below if there's anything else that you guys want to see. Are you having fun with the game? I'm having a blast with the game. I love this game. But let me know down in the comments, if there's anything additional you would like to see, or that you're curious about, or any questions that you have. I'll try to answer those in the comments, or, if I need to, make a video on those types of things. But let me know if you have anything additional that you wanted to know about this game. I'm still learning, but, I've learned a lot about this game. So again, let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure, if you're not, help us out, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell notifications to stay up to new videos that we do all the time. We'll see you next time.